Hey guys, this is MB from UnderddogChance.com, and in today's video I will share my 3 best picks from my NHL betting model for this season. So far 4-2 plus 1.45 units with ROI 17%. So far negative, no weak closing line value numbers. But if we check yesterday's qualified bets, based on my projections, Carolina was a 2 unit play, the best play so far this season, and it was basically the best play by far this season. Not even close. So the taken odds were 1.78, closing 1.68, and another qualified bet was Vancouver against Philadelphia under 6.5. I think they scored 5 goals, so it was a winning bet. Okay, but anyway, I will share 3 qualified picks from today's NHL betting model with all the projections. And at the end of the video, I will also talk a little bit about confidence in sports betting. I received a question about confidence, and I will try to give one good answer. And I hope some of you will get some ideas. So everything I say and everything I do through these videos is to help you, so you can become long-term winner in sports betting. So you are not the same than those people who just look for picks, but I try to motivate you so you become a long-term winning sports better. So I don't want anyone to harm or anything negative. I want that you all win. So there will be 50 or maybe 100 views on this video, and a very small community who watch my daily videos about the picks. And I want that you all win, and every single word that comes from my mouth is to help you in the long run. Okay, but let's start first with projections. The first game will start Los Angeles Kings, Boston Bruins, Darcy Kemper against Jeremy Swayman. Based on my projections, Boston should be small favorite. I have them at minus 108 or 1.93 in decimal odds. Those are projected goals. But bookmakers offer 2.41 all Los Angeles Kings, and based on my formula, Los Angeles Kings is qualified bet. For 1 unit, I would go with regulation time plus 0.5, which means that after regulation, if the game is tight, this is a winning bet. Or, of course, if Los Angeles wins this game. So after regulation, you will know if this bet is a winning bet or not. So if the Kings win or the game is tight. Florida Buffalo, Sergei Bobrovsky, Lukonen, based on my projections. And again, I was making these projections much earlier. Only the Kings and Bruins, I made a mistake and I made projections later, but all other games I made earlier. So I was speculating with the goalie. So if you live in USA or Canada, and if you will have my betting model, you can always make correct lineups. But based on these goalies and based on the information that I have, for Florida should be at 1.59 or minus 169. They were at 1.74. So Florida is 1 unit play. Okay, Pittsburgh against Toronto. I have Tristan Jarry. I don't know if he will play, but based on my projections, Toronto should have 60.09% of chance to win this game. My fair line 1.66, bookmakers 1.53. So I don't see enough value on Pittsburgh. Too small difference. Ottawa, Montreal, Linus Ullmark. Sam Montebaugh, based on my projections, 58.69% of chance to Ottawa, 1.70 odds, my projected odds, and bookmakers 1.66, which is almost the same. So I don't see any value in this game. Nashville, Detroit. Jose Saros, he might be back, so I have him in the lineup. So later you will see this information if you want to wait. But I made a projections with him in the goal, and Cam Talbot for the Red Wings. Based on my projections, Nashville should be at 1.62. You can see this number here. Bookmakers 1.86, and this is 1.5 unit qualified bet on Nashville. Then we have Utah against Rangers, no value. 2.45. My projected line, bookmakers 2.78. So maybe Utah is slightly underrated, but still not in that range. So it is not qualified to be qualified. Then we have New Jersey Devils against Washington. Washington is missing 2 important players, I think. But they will start with Charlie Lindgren against Jacob Markstrom. Based on my projections, Washington should be small favorite. Okay, and I have the lineups and the team statistics and the goalie statistics, and I have Washington as an underdog plus 128 or 2.28 for 1 unit. Okay, then we have Islanders Dallas, no value. But if I need to pick a team based on my projections, I would probably go with Dallas at 1.61 because I have them at 1.53. Seattle, Minnesota, no value. I think the odds are completely fair. My projected line is 1.73 on Minnesota. Bookmakers 1.73 as well. So as you see, no value, and those are all qualified bets. We can also quickly check other games. Colorado, Columbus. The odds, of course, on Colorado side. Philadelphia Flyers, Calgary Flames. They start with two goalies that are not qualified, so I would stay away. Chicago, Edmonton. I have Edmonton at 77.47% of chance, 1.22 odds. So I think I saw the odds around 1.26. And this is I don't see any value. And then the last game, Anaheim against San Jose, I also don't see any value. Okay, so three qualified bets are Florida, Nashville, Washington, and Los Angeles early game. I would go with regulation plus 0.5. It is also a value with going with straight underdog. It is also a value with plus 1.5. The value is on Los Angeles. I talked about this many times. If we have huge underdog or bigger underdog, I prefer to take Asian handicap, puck line, run line, spread. Okay, but if there is a value, there is also a value with underdog. Okay, in this case with Los Angeles Kings. Okay, so those are all my projections. But now I want to say a couple of words about confidence in sports betting, and also one other thing about analyzing games, copy pasting, doing the daily work. Okay, so the first question is about confidence. How to be more confident with placing your bets, betting, making analysis, and there is basically no shortcut to this. Okay, you will gain confidence if you will work daily on analysis, if you will improve every single day. Okay, so no matter what you do, if you, for example, I train Muay Thai, I was playing soccer when I was younger, I was shooting, I was a shooter. I did all kinds of things in my life, and once you start training something, once you do this every single day, once this becomes your daily routine, every single day you improve, every single day you become better, every single day you start getting better and better results, and this then will make you better. And once you become better, then you will be more confident. Of course, if you, for example, if you're a sports better and by default you were following other people's picks for 10, 20 years, and when you follow someone you don't do any work, right? So you basically rely on other people's work, and this is something you can never gain the confidence. So I didn't discover any hot water here. This is how it is. So no matter what we do, for example, if you play golf, and if you play golf for 10 years and I don't play a golf, and if I come to you and I ask you how I can be more confident, how I can be better, what would you say? Play more golf. I can show you how to hit the ball. I can show you a couple of tricks. I can show you some knowledge. But then at the end of the day, it is up to you. If you love this, if you're passionate about this, if you're willing to do the daily work. And once you love this, once you do this work, you become better, you become more confident, the results will come, and then this is just the normal process. So this is the same anywhere, whatever we do. If we are students, if we run a business, if we write, if we sing, if we dance, with partnership, even with sex, right? So first time when I when we have sex with a woman, I believe that most people who watch this video are men, so don't be offended. It is the same for women, right? So for the first time it is always awkward. We are not confident, but once we do this more and more times, then we become more confident, we get success, and so on. So sports betting is the same. Okay, you need to learn the basics, you need to be good at fundamentals. Don't skip the process, because you cannot skip the process. Simply go step by step. completely understand every single thing before you jump to another thing, right? So this is something I would recommend. Okay, so if you bet one sport, let's say you go with basketball, or let's say NHL, whatever, right? Go with sports betting model, go deep with sports betting model, understand everything, try to learn it, use it every single day, make projections every single day, and then this confidence will become okay. Because there is no magical formula how to be more confident overnight. Okay, the worst thing for confidence is being passive. The worst confidence is relying on others. Okay, my grandmother didn't have the license for driving, and she was always relying on others to drive a car. So it is basically you're basically like you can't go anywhere else. You always rely on others, and then you're not confident. But on the other side, if she would have a driving license, if she would have a car, she would be more confident, she would go anywhere. And this is the same in sports betting. Okay, because once you make your own bets, once you make your own analysis, this is something where you have full control over everything, over your schedule, over your knowledge, over your tools, over your sports betting models. But if you follow other people's picks, if you pay for picks, if you follow free picks on YouTube, even my picks, if you follow picks on social media, on betting forums, even if you follow picks from the best handicapper in the world, let's say he comes from the planet, some other planet, some other galaxy, you still rely on him, and you will never be confident. Okay, because you rely on someone else. Okay, every time when we rely on someone else, we will not be confident. Okay, unless this is some passive income where you can just sleep, forget the money for next 5-10 years. But this is not sports betting. Unfortunately, sports betting is a single player game where you need to make actions, you need to push button every single day for yourself. And of course, the confidence is very important. Okay, so there is no magical formula, just take the steps. Okay, the second thing I want to say, many times I receive questions about scraping the data, copy pasting, and how much time we need to prepare betting models. Okay, so we have different betting models. We have different sites that provide statistics. Some sites we can scrape the data easily, some sites we need to copy paste it. And if you're a developer, you can also create a code that will scrape the data automatically. I hired someone. He charged me $500 for one page, one tab, right? One page of statistics, 500. And this is not helpful, not for me, and I cannot pass this knowledge to my students, to my members, because who will learn to code, and who will pay someone to just scrape the data for $500? Because on the other side, I also make copy paste every single day. When I need to make copy paste, I simply sit down, copy paste it, and put into the spreadsheets. Okay, I see this as the process. Okay, so when I go to my Thai, I simply need to make bondage wraps around my fists. I need to warm up when I go to the gym. I When I was playing a soccer, I had to clean the shoes. I had to warm up again. When I was working, I had to prepare things. When I don't know, when I run a business, I need to check daily calendar. I need to organize. So we need to do a couple of things before we start the process. Okay, so even if you check NFL players, before they play a game, they need to warm up. They need to do some things that maybe those things are maybe boring. Those things are, I don't know, something that we don't like, but this is how it is. Okay, so every single thing, whatever we do in our life, consists of three things. Okay, first is something like copy pasting. Okay, this is like warming up. Okay, warming up before your training. The second thing is analyzing the games. Okay, if we translate this into, I don't know, sport, that would be playing or training. Okay, so we have warm up, training, and then the third thing is actually betting, which is most exciting. And in sport, that would be scoring goals or something like that. Okay, most people just want to score goals. They don't want to copy paste, they don't want to learn betting, and they don't want to make analysis. They just want to score goals. Okay, but this is unfortunately not how the things work, okay, in the world. If you play basketball, if you play in NBA, you need to train, you need to prepare yourself for the game. This is boring thing. Then you need to train. This is also sometimes not something that we would like to do, because you will sweat, you will do all the hard work, all the hard work there. But we would all like to bet only, and they would also like to score only. But scoring is just small percentage of everything, and everything else becomes before that. Okay, so how I do this: I simply sit down, open laptop, um, prepare coffee, or I put some headphones, or I listen to the music or some podcast, and I start copy pasting. I prepare the statistics, and then I start analyzing the games. Simple as that. Okay, it usually takes five. This is, I don't know, 1 minute, 2 minutes, maybe 5 minutes maximum for copy pasting on a daily basis. Okay, and then I need maybe 10, 15 minutes for analyzing all the games. If I check the lineups, if I check, and this is the process. This is simply the process. This is something we need to do. Even if I go to the gym, I need to warm up first for 5 minutes. And this is how I take this. I don't make a drama about this. I know that this needs to be done if I want to make good analysis. Okay, and this would be my answer. I understand that we would all like to score only goals, or on, let's say, if I use another analogy. So let's say that you only want to kiss a girl, but you don't want to take her to the dinner. You don't want to talk to her. Everything, whatever we do, everything consists of something that is boring, that we don't want to do, but we need to do. And the difference between winning players in any field is that those winning players are enough hardworking men, so they are willing to do that hard work. Okay, of course, once you become very successful, or if you want to do this, you can hire someone. I hired also some. I have one worker who is working for me. She's doing the test that I don't like to do. Uh, and of course, later you can do this. But if you don't make a lot of money, of course, you cannot hire someone who will copy paste for you, because this also takes time. Maybe you can hire someone who will do this on a monthly basis, but you need to pay subscription to him. So it is the easiest way is to simply sit down, take that 5 minutes maximum, copy paste it, and you have prepared everything. Okay, because we cannot just enjoy life. I know we would all like to just enjoy, have fun, but the hard work is always behind every success. Okay, and the successful people are willing to do that hard work, dirty work, and the others are not willing. So this is something you should always have in mind. So there is no magical formula for this as well. I simply sit down, copy paste when I need to copy paste. Sometimes the betting models are created so that you simply scrape the data, which is completely great, right? But some sites, or in some occasions, we have very good stats, but they don't allow you to scrape, or it is hard to scrape, or you need to develop developer. You simply take the stats and copy paste it. Take these 5 minutes, have a coffee, listen to music, and do this. Okay, this is the best advice. Okay, unless you want to hire someone who will scrape the data for a lot of money, and I think this is something you don't want to do. Okay, so that's it from me today. Whatever decide to take, I wish you good luck, and see you next time.